I don't know if you see the comments here, but he said these words. He goes, "When I chose a profession that you have the risk of results, and I knew when I came here, I looked at the schedule and I knew and I knew the team, and I knew my decision to change everything in the middle of the season without signings. It's a danger." So he took a massive risk. He's admitting it, Faz. He took a massive risk, but he knows he had to take that risk because, bro, he has to change what we've been seeing, bro. You get it?
I think the first thing is the reason why fans are so impatient is they are expecting the same momentum where Eric left off.
Yeah.
Understand? With knowing or without knowing or unknowingly, fans are not programmed to think this is year one of Amorim.
No.
They are thinking manager come in. What's the manager bounce? New manager bounce. Why are Man United not having a new manager bounce? Every other team you look at, when they face us, for example, if any team is facing us and they've had a new manager, what do we say? New manager bounce.
Yeah.
But we're not having that. So that's why fans are so upset, because it's been so many years. 3 years is not a small amount by any means. 3 years with Erik ten Hag and you've not won the Premier League, or you've not challenged properly, or you've not done well in Europe. So that's why fans are now projecting that same pain onto Amorim. What if this was in reverse? What if it was Erik ten Hag in Amorim's position and Amorim was 3 years in? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You would have had the same arguments. The arguments people are making for Amorim are the reasons why we sacked Eric.
Yep.
He doesn't play a system. So you got a manager that does. So why are you crying? Why are you crying? You wanted a manager, whether the football is good or not, want to play a specific style of football. Like the number one thing with Eric was, we don't know what football he's going to play. Not us fans, even qualified professionals on Sky and whatever are saying, bro, we don't know what the hell he's playing on any day. But now you have a manager recruited specifically for a system with a squad that is not built for him, is having up and down results, and you're not willing to accept it. I am willing to accept Man United having bad results, losing games that we're supposed to win, winning games that we're supposed to lose. I'm happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. More than happy, because I've understood, one, Ineos didn't plan properly. They didn't see the future, how they actually wanted to see it. They waited with Eric. How many games? I think it was like 4 or 5 games under Ineos with Eric where we said he might get sacked tomorrow. We were doing shows.
I remember. Yeah.
And
we should have sacked him. Was it because I remember I did a video on Musa. It wasn't September because I went to New York. Was it no September? I went to, when did I go to? Yeah, I think I went to September, New York, and then I went to London in October, and that was when we were saying, "Rah, he's still not been sacked."
Yep.
Are you kidding me? So it could have been September, it could have been October. So they delayed this a lot,
Yes.
So,
yes.
And in them games, United could have got a little bit of a run together because there was some winnable games in them point. West Ham were rubbish at that time.
Yes.
There was teams that were bad that we're facing and we're drawing games to and losing games to. So when I look at it from that point of view, is that, the manager there is not to blame. But I think it's because people are just not seeing anything at the minute. They're not seeing the style. They're not seeing any, continuity. They're not seeing any, they're not seeing it in its totality, bro. And that's where people are frustrated by, man. We're not scoring goals. Like, you know how normally you can say, you know what, this team's, at least we're scoring goals, man.
Yeah.
We're not scoring goals. We're also conceding goals. And the problem is as well, the back five, bro, if it was a back five that was attacking, I think that's where a lot of people would have given this the grace. But, bro, it's a back five that's so defensive, bro. And one thing that Premier League we don't like, fans, is defensive back five formations. That's where it comes. Yeah. That's where a lot of people have that feeling of, you know what, man, I don't want to be watching that.
Some of the goals that we're scoring also are not the type of goals that Man United fans long term are going to enjoy, by the way. This long ball in behind, and then you just crash the box.
Yeah.
The Amad Diallo pressing randomly and managing
I know.
Not sustainable goals.
Not sustainable goals.
I don't know how many goals in the Amorim we've scored that you can look at and say, wow, I think this is how the team can create chances or goals or scenarios. I understand why people want to see Dogu shine, because they want to see that wing back cross into the box, that wing back cut in. Same with a winger on the other side, a right wing back who's attacking, getting lots of chances and goals and opportunities. These things right now, we don't have it in our luxury. We do not have an attacking left wing back, a good dribbling ability left wing back. We've only got a right wing back, a very good one, which is Ahmad, but he cannot play that because we need him in the 10, because we do not have a seasoned veteran 10. We do not have a Cunha or João Felix-esque player or Jadon Sancho profile-esque player or Cole Palmer profile-esque player. We don't. So that's why Ahmad has to accommodate. A lot of players that accommodate in positions where they don't need to. Prime example, you saw Kobe Mino having to accommodate the 9, which was obviously the manager's fault. But I don't understand that the frustration piling over is because soon as Amorim came in, you all in the chat messed up because you expected something from him. Why did you expect?
But can you blame people for doing that?
Yes, I can.
Listen.
No, it's immature.
We were gassing up training. Remember, we were all gassing up training. We're all doing all this.
But I didn't expect. I want him to do well in Europa League. That is all. I want Man United to win the Europa League. That is all. In the league, it's a total different ball game. Every season is different, right? Every season, Man City this season, diabolical. All of a sudden now they turn in different gears.
But they spent money as well. They've also spent money as well, bro.
Anybody predict Nottingham Forest being where they are? Nobody. No. Do you know what I'm saying? Anybody predict Spurs being where they are?
No.
Nobody. So it's a hoo-ha season as it is. In the midst of it, we got our own headaches. People, fans, they don't care about long-term success or long-term situations, because you have people in the chat saying, what about Everton? Would you be happy if you was Everton?
No. The people are saying Everton won 3 games in a row, bro. You know that ain't sustainable, Like, come on, man. Like, them man are not going to be back. They're having a little bit of a bounce here. But we could have got that bounce with the manager if you wanted to, really.
Ipswich. We just had people saying Ipswich, McKenna, Ipswich. What
bro,
are you going to be happy?
Ipswich hype. You know what I mean? Shout out to Griggs, but Ipswich hype.
Hype, man. People just hype up. Newcastle, did we think that they were gonna? Eddie Howe was having sack conversations at one point. I remember.
I remember. Bro, I remember they were talking about sacking. And then all of a sudden now look at him. You know what I'm saying? 2 finals in 2 years.
Come on.
They're in around that top 4 area as well. They're competing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Brighton hype. Brighton, are they top 4? Are they gonna be top 4?
No,
are they getting in Champions League football?
Regularly. Apparently they won Hursler out.
But Brighton are a top side, and to play top football, I get all that. But football is fine margins, man. I gotta bite the bullet with this manager, because the point is he ticked a lot of boxes. His first signing. Yeah. Number 1, he's not brought in a player that he has previously worked with. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Number 1. Yeah. A cheap signing nobody complains about. Yeah. A hidden gem, possibly a hidden gem that we hope works out. If it doesn't work out, 20 mil, 25 mil, we can part ways. Cool.
Simple.
Yeah, cool. His other success, Amad Diallo, he's found our own superstar of a player that the entire fan base love and agree that he's going to be our next big star. He's the next big star. Kobe Mino, he's got to nurture him and work with him. And I like that he's not using him regularly and he's benching him, because did we as a fan base not sit here and say Kobe's getting overplayed?
Yep.
We said that.
We did.
Marcus Rashford, the franchise player,
he's out the door.
Out the door.
Yeah.
Finally. Were we willing to be 12th, 13th if Rashford was leaving? If I told you, what would you want? Rashford walking around the pitch, not scoring, not doing anything, having these issues, doubling, this, that. Would you have that? Or would you rather him part ways and make way for someone else? Can't have everything. Do you know how much
here doesn't make sense though? This comment here is Zaya, yeah. I don't think it is blind faith. Like,
it's not.
I'm privy to understanding that, the manager could get sacked. He could do. We're not saying that it's not. But I think for me, we have to go beyond just sacking and hiring now, man. It has to, man. I think we need to settle down with a good coach. I think this is a good coach now we've got. We have to let him build his team, build his ideas. And, like I said, this season might be the season where we look at it and be like, you know what? This was his learning stage. And I know he shouldn't accept, losing. He should never accept losing. But I think it is a learning stage. He's coming to a new league.
Sorry, it's a learning stage for Ineos and these group of guys that are working together.
Bro, they're the biggest frauds, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're the biggest frauds. And I genuinely think for me, that's why he said I made a risk. We want to see that element of a manager having a risk, because if there's a plan to that and it executes in the long run and it's going to be sustainable in the long run, we have to allow that to marinate and grow. At the first stage where you don't like it, it's like, I keep saying it like the Stairmaster, you hate it at first, innit?
Yes.
And then you get used to it, and then you're like, yo,
yes,
cool, is it now? I see the results.
Yes.
I see this. Like, bro, this is exactly what it will be with us right now. We are going to lose games, yeah. But if the manager, like we see, he knows what's going wrong. He understands it, bro. I'm telling you, man.
He says after big games, this game does not matter, bro. Liverpool game does not matter. What matters is the next game. Can we actually do it in the smaller in the games that are not that big?
Yeah.
He said mentality. He said it's not even about the football. It's about the small mentality, the fine decisions. He says the hesitation, the small decision making. Yeah. Why are we hesitating? It's such small margins. We are not seeing it. You guys are looking at it from an eagle-eye, big perspective. Yeah. Oh my God, we're not playing well. Managers looking at it, bro. In a moment where we were supposed to pass forward, we're going sideways. That is a one mistake. In a moment where we're supposed to dribble forward, we're passing backwards. Find minuscule mentality changes that we need to make. How are we winning these big games, by the way? How are we? If we were that diabolical, how are we winning some big games against Arsenal? Against Man City? How? Because it's a click of mentality change, and that just needs to be regular.
The players as well, though, we've got a lot of players in our squad that have been, like, honestly, they've been battered from pillar to post.
Yes.
Several managers like that, and they play when they want to as well, you know. Like, let's not kid ourselves, A lot of these players play when they want to. They play when they feel like it's okay to play.
Yeah.
They feel like, okay, today's my day today. I feel good. I'm going to play today. But you don't go and do a good game against, okay, cool, the opposition ain't great. It's Steaua Bucharest. But you're showing principles. You're showing ideas. I'm seeing are you keeping the ball? I'm seeing you, have like when you come to Crystal Palace, when we're not on TV, it's early kickoff. I don't know. You woke up this morning, you didn't feel great. They just say, you know what, today I'm not feeling it, man. I don't want it. And that, we can blame the manager and the system, but sometimes the players need to take accountability.
Of course.
Ugarte's performances have been not great. You have to call them out.
Up at one point and then down.
Bro, I rate Ahmad. You know me, innit?
Yes.
Bro, Ahmad Diallo, how many times did he give the ball away against them?
Yeah.
Bro, let's be honest.
Yes.
There were simple passes. Yes. And then we were on the transition. Maguire, look at the way he's getting out of position. Is that Amorim's fault?
But then Maguire was being brought onto the pitch, substituted on, and he's winning every duel. And then Maguire's like, let's keep Maguire. Let's keep him.
You go.
This
is what I've said. For me, I have to have the same energy. Win, lose, or draw, I've said we have to sell most of this team.
Yes.
There has to be a cleansing.
Has Bruno Fernandes changed? Has he changed?
No, he hasn't. But Daniel was still back in.
I think it's 10 games left until Bruno Fernandes matches Luke Shaw's.
I know.
There's a weird stat I saw, which
is wild, by the way. That is wild.
Yeah.
In how many years left?
4 years.
Is it 4 years?
4 years or 6 years?
2014. Was it 2014? Yeah, he came. Luke Shaw. Was it 2014? Yeah, it was.
6 years? Something
6
like
years.
that?
Yeah, 6 years. 6 years.
Yeah. And he came in 2020?
2020, yeah. So 5.5 then, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
5.5 years less. Okay, fair enough. There was that 18 months, though, that he got injured,
But exactly.
He broke his leg. So let's take away 18 months. So still 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So, what I mean? It's crazy.